Before, I would call myself a strict DM. I dreamed of being able to say that I ran a level 1 to level 20 multi-year campaign with all sorts of epic adventures and encounters, but in reality, people get bored and they want to change things up. Maybe they want to switch D&D characters mid-campaign, or they want to keep the same character but they want to change their class. And at the end of the day, I want my players to have fun. There are also times where my players would make really stupid decisions, from either misremembering something or misinterpreting something, and then they would just walk to their deaths, and we would essentially retcon those encounters. So in this video, I wanted to talk about retconning, and I want to talk about why I'm more lenient towards it and why retconning should be used under certain circumstances. Let's talk about the reasons why we shouldn't retcon in D&D. Well, most people will say because it ruins continuity. I think that's a valid reason, to be honest. Imagine if you're watching Star Wars and then all of a sudden Han Solo mid-series becomes a Jedi. Or imagine if you're watching an anime like One Piece, for example, and then Zoro starts using guns like 500 episodes in for no reason. These really weird ideas break immersion for some people. You're not watching a movie or an anime, you're playing a game. And if you're playing an RPG, especially if you're playing like a video game, for example, and you don't like the build that you're doing or you get bored, you start over but with a brand new character. And even though you do switch characters, the narrative doesn't change. And that's okay. The second reason why retconning is really frowned upon, in my opinion, is that DMs will think that the party will metagame, be using the information that they quote-unquote experience. And I think that's a valid argument too. This is more for the retconning an encounter, like a combat encounter, for example. So let me tell you a story. One time, my players were trying to conduct a raid on an everlasting frost giant, this powerful three-headed frost giant that was trying to take over the entire northern region of the continent. When they got to camp, the party decided to rush in and use their long-range AoE spells and abilities and attacks to deal maximum amount of damage to everybody in the camp. I think you can see where this is going. The party got quickly overwhelmed and it led to a TPK. Everybody died. But my players loved the characters so much, and it was such a stupid decision, and they put a lot of effort into making those characters. I didn't want all of their effort to be put to waste because of some stupid decision. That wasn't a character decision, that was a player decision. I know someone is already typing in the comments like, Francis, WTF, what are you doing? Let them learn from their mistakes. Honestly, I get that, but they won't. Especially if you're a player, you're just trying to have fun. So show this to your DM. D&D player things that I wish my DM knew, and maybe they'll cut you some slack.